What is that security thing? It will surprise you to know that most people don't even know what security is. People, is assume the way you just they talk about oxygen. Air is what you breathe in. But when you now try to ask them to explain or define it, that thing becomes a problem. Everybody now in Nigeria, we are security conscious, and yet people don't know the meaning of that security. And like I tried to say in the last class, if you remember, I said security is in the eye of the beholder. What you call security now is not what the other person will actually call it security. Or let me even shock you. What we consider to be security here in Nigeria is not what they consider to be security in America. What they are worried about in America is not what we are worried about here. In America, their own major security threat is what you call weapons of mass destruction. That's what they consider to be things like chemical weapon, nuclear weapon, radiological weapon, biological. Here, our own is nothing weapons of mass destruction. We are more interested in Boko Haram. They are both security threat, but there are different levels of to achieve it. Not leave variables. You will understand later as we are going. I will explain under realism. Leave variables. See, there are no good people, there are no bad people, there are no good states, there are no good bad states. What matters to every state, to every individual, is about, wait, why do students cheat? Think of that. Remove your religion and everything. Why do you think students cheat? What is the primary rationale behind? Exactly. That is a state. Exactly. It has nothing to do whether it is good or bad. You said it. To pass, there is no, put that at the back of your mind. Number one, there is no moral. A state will do everything within its power to survive. So you can call it any name you want: genocide, mass killing, ethnic cleansing. That is you labeling. But what the state is trying to do is to survive. Think of what Hamas did now, October 7. We were all alive when they did that thing. I mean, they just went to the middle of party goers in Israel, killed, they kidnapped some. Exactly. Remember, they ain't justified. They were trying to achieve and no morality. And what did Israel do in return? Israel killed more than 60,000. No morality. See, if the death of the 60,000 Palestinians will guarantee the survival of Israel, Israel will do it again. Remember, no morality. Always remember, remove morality from it. That is why it is a state. That is why you call it a state. Security is according to the dictate of that state, not what anybody thinks. So a state will do everything in its power, to ensure its survival. That is why in North Korea, the military, North Korea is a good example of a state that is crazy about its security. North Korea does not care if its people starve and they die, if they don't go to school, if they don't have light, as long as the state is ready to confront any threat. And like I said in the last class, now security trumps every other thing. Abi, economy, political, security is the base. Is when you are order. So that is why in every country in the world, the security vote is always the highest. Check the defense budget. America's defense budget is the biggest in the world. Then followed by China. Then you now have Russia because they are now fighting. Even we that we are shouting that your house is not even 1/10 of what those advanced countries. The question you now ask yourself is, even Britain that does not have enemy, their own defense budget is high. It's because of their security perception. For security, you don't wait for the danger to come, you anticipate it. The man is my friend today, but what if he becomes my enemy tomorrow? So, see, example. You can blame Israel for anything. But I love their intelligence services. They knew that they would fight the Hamas eventually. Remember, they went ahead before all of us to damage the gadget the Hamas will use for a war that had not actually occurred. Unbelievable. One can say that is almost the power of a god. They knew that they would fight Hamas. So they knew for the weak link that they can use to attack Hamas. So their gadget, their phone, their something that they were using. You've heard of that thing now. They went to the manufacturer and implanted explosive. Unbelievable. They implanted explosive. If they were doing that thing then, people would have said, why, you are too wicked now. They've not done anything to you. So that is security. They went ahead to implant that explosive with that. So when the war started, they were already prepared. That is why we see under international security or international relations, there are no permanent friends or enemies. What matters is interest. Interest is what is now meant, change it again to mean your survival. So that's why people carry out money ritual. So it is not good and it is not bad. It's an objective. Exactly. It turns out to be good and it turns out to be bad. But what is security can simply be defined. Remember, I said it's contested. There's no universal. So security can simply be defined as the alleviation to alleviation of threat from cherished values. The cherished values are now what? That is prevention of threats, avoidance of threats, from cherished values. Now, see, cherished values now, so let's now put it this way, are now your interest. Anything that threatens your interest is what you call cherished value. As an alleviation of threat, prevent anything that can call your. Every state defines their cherished values. Every state in the world do that. Every state will be the one to define their security. So what is security to Nigeria? It's not security to Benin. See, who is important? WHO, World Health Organization. I know you know the role that thing played during the COVID-19 and outbreaks all over the world. But on Monday now, Trump pulled out of WHO. To them, it is not a security concern. That is my point. But we did say, a whole woo, that you can't survive. That one is not even on my priority list. That was why I keep emphasizing beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So know that now. It is a state that defines its own security. So security is alleviating anything that threatens your existence, your cherished values as a state, and that thing varies. What it is there is not the same thing. You know, it explains why you don't have a world government. Because how do you define the security? Exactly. It is why you don't have a world government. Because America will tell you what is important to me is not what is. There are two forms to security. There's the commodity form. Commodity, like a good, like a property. And there's the relationship form. There's a commodity form and there's a relationship form. Commodity simply means the security you can see physically. You know, when they say you are secure, a gun. When somebody carries a gun, he feels secure. That's a commodity. More money, more cars. It shows you are secured. Say a gun. Once you see a gun, if they say they are robbing and you have AK-47, pistol, rifle, bomb, rocket, grenade launcher, you know, you are confident. If you are coming to school, you've been fortified. So that means you are transferring your security to those physical things. You get my point? That's one way of saying. That's why they said in Nigeria, we need more police force. We need more army. We need more Amotekun. It has been commodity. Now, the one that you can see. That's why they said there's security in money. When you have money in your account, you know there's a way you relax. You know the thing is there. Your security is now grounded on that physical thing that you have in that your account. Can I continue? I said physical. So the best one you can get is gun. I mean, when you build your house in the middle of a barrack, you don't even need burglary proof. Logically, any armed robber that want to come there, to come and rob, must be strong. But then, the relationship, the one you can't see, which is the one that is a bit difficult to understand, which is the best, is what we call reciprocity. When you do unto others what they do to you, you feel more secured. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Relationship. And that one preaches justice. Justice. Humanity. Interaction. Friendship. That is, when you win people's mind. You sleep with your two eyes closed. I mean, what I cannot do to him now, he can't do it to me. You build a relationship. In business, you call it networking. I will help ourselves together. When you network, I have opportunity, I give you, you have opportunity, you give me. Rather than me doing it alone, the opportunity will be restricted. So, relationship for commodity, for security, simply means justice. When I know that if I go to the law court, they will give me, the right to say, why would I want to take the law into my own hand? So there is security in that thing, that you know, they will always do the right thing. There will be no impartiality. You know the police is always there to protect us now. We have that relationship with them, and they won't cheat us. So why would I want to get guns on my own to go after the person that has offended me to kill him? I say, before you, 2016, they invited me to Germany to talk about this Boko Haram thing. So I was not trying to lecture Nigeria from there that guns alone will not win this war. By the time you are relying on just guns, you kill everybody in the north. Israel has realized that the guns could not kill all Hamas people. That we need a relationship to be able to win this war. We need to get to the hearts and minds of these people. So that means there's security in trying to understand and be friendly. They open up to you, and before you know it, they will resolve that something. That's what they call the battle for the hearts and mind. Is a critical component of counterinsurgency and counterterrorism operation. Carrying gun all the time will not actually kill all your foes. Israel has leveled 98% the whole of Palestine. But then when the ceasefire came in, you see all these Hamas guys trooping out. The guys say, are you people bed bugs? But they didn't. I thought they had even killed. The way America was, I mean, the point, you now see more people. That is the point. That is for security relationship. Like I gave them that example. I said, if you are the richest person in Ajegunle, you know there's poverty. I'm just using Ajegunle as an example. We have it, but Ajegunle, when you are going out in the morning, you have to give money to people. Babariri. Not because you love them, remember. When you are coming back at night again, you give them something. Relationship. That is the point, without carrying any gun. Fine, you can get mobile police, you can get armored, but one day will be one day. But then when you do that, you take care of everything. We the one saying, no, na sure person. That is relationship compared to carrying gun. And that also I said there are two ways to it. Yes, you wanted to say something.
Yes, this relationship security where we have to appeal to our human. We do not think morality. Because if you say, you want to do what I want to do, what about I'm not rational?
No, it has nothing to do with rationality. You are not putting morality technically. See, before you go into friendship, people just wouldn't accept it. We are always selfish. What is in it for me? Even children nowadays are even smarter. When you ask a girl out, you say, what am I getting from you? Live love. That one we cannot see. What are the practical things I'll get from that thing? It's no morality now. There are do you understand? Relationship that I'm talking of now, they're not. Don't kill. Okay, what is in it for us? Good road. Give you exactly electricity. Are you getting it now? Then what is in it for Nigeria? Better state, stronger state. You are not getting it. It's you that you are trying to look at it from moral perspective. No, it is not one-sided. That was why I said relationship. In a relationship, we must both benefit. It is when one is benefiting and the other is not, then that thing leads to conflict. And you see, Trump pulled out of WHO. I said, there is nothing I'm getting from it. Simple. But Trump has not left UNO because there's still something they are getting from that UNO. Then the climate change agreement, the man has pulled out. All this, the world is overhot. The man pulled out. This thing is affecting my industry. And people are not producing. Nigeria can easily sign. What are we producing? The man said it. Now, countries that are not producing in the developing countries, they believe in climate change. He pulled out. I said, it's your headache. Thank you. He has stopped. He has said they are going to ramp up production for crude oil. You see now, for his state, it does not matter if he destroyed the other state. It's for his state. That is how his state thinks. To him, there's security in energy security. We'll get to that later. That is why that man is doing that thing. So it does not matter in the process if he destroyed the other. America first, according to their belief. That is security. So two ways to it now, like I said, power, commodity, theories of security, realism, conception of security. Realism. Realism is a theory that explains state's behavior. Now, apart from realism, you have liberalism, you have constructivism, you have all of them like that. But then the one I'm interested in is just that realism. So for the modern times, let me just give you the crash course. For the modern time, there are 6 strands of it that we are looking at. Please, you have to know this realism. Me, I'm a realist too. I believe in that theoretical rationale, that realism thing. In fact, I think it's the only theory that explains the world. All other ones are imposters and pretenders. So there are 6 ideas, 6 concepts, or 6 theories in that realism. The first one is, of course, first one is classic. Second one is new realism, new realism, new realism. Third one is neoclassical realism, neoclassical realism. Fourth one is offensive structural realism. These are contemporary ideas. I mean, all these things I'm saying now is what is happening around us within the international political system. Then the other one is defensive structural realism. And finally, I found very interesting, the 6th one, rise and fall realism. When somebody says a realist, that means he says the way the world there is. He believes in one, that state is the major actor within the international political system. A state and that's what I believe in. A state is the major actor within the international political system. All other actors are pretenders. International organization, humanitarian, all these ones, religion. They are a state. Say Nigeria, you can testify. A state can remove a king. Forget about what Orisha said. A state, a local government chairman can remove a. 2, can I continue? Yes. Power. Power is very relevant to realists. Without power, you are dead as a state. So a state will do everything. 3, importantly, what? To achieve your objective. Your objective is now interest. That is why you have power. You're not just having power. You must have a reason for having power now. To break all your enemy, to get all more money, to build it. So the enemy you want to break is now your interest. Interest. That is why I love realism compared to every other theories. So it's power, interest, the states. Every country in the world, they have interest. Every country in the world. Like all individuals, we all have interest. As this. So how you achieve that interest is now that power that determines your level. Like they say in Yoruba now, if you can't hold the sword, you won't ask for the name of the person that killed your father. You must have the power. Connect. Anarchy. Realists believe in anarchy. And I'll explain why. That the world we are living in, yes, that the world we are living in is man kill man. There is no center. It's true. There is no world policeman. Your survival is dependent on your power. So the world we are living in, there is no world judge. There is nobody that can say Nigeria don't beat Benin. There is nobody that can tell Benin not to beat Togo. The only thing that stops them from fighting themselves is that power. That if you try it, do you know? Quickly, classical realism believes that it is human nature that guides the affairs of state. Classical realism believes that it is human nature that guides. Classical realism is human nature realism. Human nature now means, say, you want to dominate. That is why you have war. You always want to. It's human nature. Preaches that, see, it is the system that determines states behave. States behave the way they do because of the way the world is. They have no choice than to be aggressive because it is survival of the fittest. That's realism. So states have no choice other than for them to